Hello, everyone. You are warmly welcome to Tech for You GH Consulting, and this is X 90 Days Excel Skills Mastery Challenge. You have done the very hard work of completing week 4, day 20. It's been very awesome, very excellent, and very amazing. This week, we are starting a new thing. And we have done the hard work of knowing the functions, some of them that work. We are going to learn how to put this into real use. And this week, as we start with dates, in a Ghanaian environment or in any business working environment around the globe, whether you are tracking invoice dates, loan repayment, school terms, mastering a date in Excel is a non-negotiable skills. Your understanding to this and ability to use it will determine how you'll be able to do math calculations of dates. So we want to delve into it, understand it from the very basics, and then we'll build upon it. This video is going to be a long one, so it will be divided into two, part 1, part 2. That means we are looking at one today, and then tomorrow we will conclude it. So stay tuned as we zoom into actions. Okay, so welcome to the introduction to date and how do you do the date calculations. The concept of date is that the biggest secret in Excel is that dates are actually numbers. So before we start, we tell you that dates are actually numbers. And Excel actually started counting from January 1st, 1900. So when you enter 1 in the Excel, any Excel spreadsheet like 1, and then you convert it or you format it into date, you are likely to get January 1st, 1900. That's where Excel is counting. So any date that you are talking about is a representation of numbers under the cell. That's why we can do subtraction, addition, and perform other mathematical calculations on date. So put it in your mind as we start. The basic concept or the biggest trick in Excel is that every date that you enter, it represents a numeric figure. It's a number. Okay. So it's only the formatting into date that will let you see that this number you put in represent this particular date. That's the beginning. And so there are a lot of things that we will be discussing here. We'll be looking at how do we do calculations, how do we look at maturity periods, and then we'll also be looking at some functions, date functions, and how to speed up work in it to do that. So this is the basic introduction that we have. Let's go into the real work. Okay, so like I said, under date, there are serial numbers, and which are a number of days since the, so after December 31st, 1899, where we move to 1900, Excel start counting 1. So if I type today's date, if I say today, if I type today's date, it actually represents a number. The only thing for me to know the number of today's date is to go to the number formatting under the home tab and convert it into number. Once I convert it into number, I can reduce the decimals, and then I know that today's date represents 46,126 days, counting from 1st January 1900. So today is this number that represents the date. So if it is a number, then it means that you can be able to do subtractions on it. So that's today's date. If I convert it into that, I can move it back to date, and then I'll get the date later on. Assuming I have the same here, and then I can just type it into a number like I did, and then you get it to be a number. So this is actually how the date that you see today is 46,126 number. Then you can type any other date. If I want to type maybe January 1st, so January 1st, 2026, which is the 1st January 2026. When you convert it, you will get the equivalent serial number that is beneath this one, and that is 460,000, and that is 46,023. Sorry, 46,023. This will actually represent 1st January 2026. So that is how the date is. When it happens like that, it means that we can subtract the today's date from 1st January 2026, and we see that I've done it the other way around. It's the biggest minus the smallest. So you can see that as of today, we have counted 103 days since the beginning of the year. 103 days since the beginning of the year. That is how Excel does the calculation. So anytime you put a serial number in Excel, let's say 2, it represents a certain date, and this will be 2nd January 1900. When you put 45, there is going to be 14 February 1900. So you can format it to a short date, and then you see. So every number you put in Excel represents a certain date, and every date you put in Excel has a certain number beneath it. If we have this idea and understand, it means that we can subtract date and we can also add. So let's take this quick example here and see if we can use it to understand. So we can do the math like I said. We have invoice date, which is January 5th, 2006. That's the date that the invoice was written. And the invoice is supposed to take 30 days, or there's 30 days. If the invoice is taking 30 days, what will be the days past due? When will this invoice mature or will expire? So we just can add equal to our date plus the 30 days that we have. And when we add, automatically we get the date that we have. And this tells us that this date that we have entered is also a number. So once we are able to add, it now says that the maturity date for this invoice is actually 4th February 2026. If that is the case, we can also look at this one too. So we have a due date here, and then today. So if we say today, there is a function. So we have today's date. So 04/14/2026. That's today's date. So if that is today's date, then technically we can also do subtraction from it. Let's just say that this date is actually 2026. And then we have the invoice date 2026, that's September. Or we come back to use 3rd. That is March 12, 2026. And we want to find the past day. So we can quickly look at the days that is going to elapse for this particular invoice, which will be equal to today, actually minus the invoice due date. So we have 20. Or if the invoice was supposed to be due on the 3rd of 12, and we are now standing in today, what will be the past due date? It is the vice versa. Whatever you do, you subtract and then you get it. So we have had a past due of 33 days past on it. So with this, you can calculate a lot of things. You can calculate maturity period of project. You can calculate bonds period. You can calculate loans and any other thing that you are doing. So we can also do again. We can take this one, and then it said the loan was issued on this particular day, September 2nd, 2017. And the day for the loan was 120 days. So what will be the maturity date? It is just adding the 120 days to it, and then you have the maturity date. So the loan is supposed to be matured on the December 31st, 2017. That's what we're supposed to do. The last one that we closed docket on this particular one is that we have a project that is starting on the, let me just change this small so that we can have a more recent one. So, 25th. Okay. So we have a more recent one. Then this particular one will be March. Sorry, let me just pick April 26. Okay. So if we have a project that is starting or started on February 25th, 2026, and the project was supposed to end at April 13th, 2026, what will be the past day or the number of days the project is elapsing? So here, if the first starting date is part, it means we need to add one. So what is going to be is that we are going to subtract the end date, the start date from the end date, and then we are going to get 47. Here, if you pick the 47, it's correct. But because it's starting on the day, and then we want to know the number of days for the project, the first day will have to be given back to it. So we can do +1, and then we'll get 48 days. That's just the simple trick in it. When the project is starting on a specific day, it must be added back to it. So this is the idea of how dates are calculated in the Excel. We must first of all identify that date is a number. It has a serial number behind it or beneath it. And when it is uncovered through formatting, you would see that serial number. And because it has a serial number, that is why we are able to do calculations on it. And once you can understand this, it means you can do all forms of calculations based on the question or the challenge that you want to address with a date. So this is the basic form of understanding for this video. Meet me the next day. Let's talk about other functions that we have in Excel for dates that makes work more easier. I believe you want to know how to calculate periods between days between two periods. You want to calculate the number of weeks we have within a certain period. You want to calculate the number of days we have. We would address that in the next video. So please stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe and click the bell so that when we put the next video, you'll be the first person to see it. And don't quench the fire. Keep learning, keep improving your skills, and you shall be the best for any task that you'll be handling wherever you find yourself. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video.